Hey guys, I'm back. Uh, I did speak a couple, the last 2 or 3 weeks, but I don't know if they made it up or not. Welcome to go and check it out, but I think they canceled me like halfway through. But I'm back now. But earlier tonight, I saw a video that I saw a while back, and it shows Joe Biden and Joe Biden. Well, they're like at least 6 feet apart from each other. And you can hear this guy yelling down the street, "Your husband's the worst president this country's ever had." I also saw a video of Donald Trump walking. I don't know where it was. And you can hear somebody in the background saying, "I love you." But either way, I don't know if everybody's heard Jason Aldean's new song. I'm not really a big fan of country music, but I heard some of the song, and it's not bad. I mean, it's not my kind of music I listen to, and when the left saw the music video for it, it tells the story of what happened in the summer of 2020, which wasn't reported on CNN and MSNBC, so nobody knew about it. It tells the story of that, just like I don't know if anybody's heard the song "The Night Chicago Died." It just tells the story about what happened in the 1920s in Chicago. It's just telling a story. But when they saw the music video, it showed in the music video what happened in 2020. Literally burning, looting, and murdering. Setting police cars on fire, burning our flag. Carjacking, all kinds of shit like that. So they wanted to cancel that. They called it a pro-lynching song. It mentions nothing about race in there, because in the videos it shows mostly white people doing all that. This was all in defense of a criminal. Think about that. George Floyd was not an angel. As soon as it happened, I Googled him. I Googled George Floyd, and it basically gave you his rap sheet right there. Home invasions, held a pregnant woman up at gunpoint, armed robberies, sexual assaults. Yeah, that's somebody we want in our streets. But sure, I don't think he should have been killed, but either way, this is what happens when. And they use your tax money, too, to let these people out in the streets. Just like they did after the effects of that. They let criminals out in the streets, bailing them out with your tax money to go burn, loot, and murder in our cities. And we saw Nancy Pelosi say, "I'm surprised you're not doing it in all the cities." Eleanor Presley. As long as there's unrest in our lives, there'll be unrest in the streets. Maxine Waters, whatever. What would she say? Oh yeah, if you see them, meaning people above this country, you go and you get in their faces and tell them they're not welcome. They did that. Kamala Harris herself, would she say? And they should keep it up. These are people that are in charge of our country, who want this division and violence in the streets, teaching the kids to like teaching these kids to be racist. I don't know, we didn't have any of that when I went to school. We learned American history, and the kid next to me was black. I went to school with people of all colors, and nobody even blinked an eye at each other. We knew those days were over with. And then they keep crying about this January 6th, which a broken door and a few people climbed up a wall. Nobody was killed except one of our soldiers who served this country. He was the only person that was killed. And I think, I guess one of the guards had a stroke later on that day. And It's all bullshit. And the people that, like, believe me, January 6th was a picnic compared to what happened in the summer of 2020, which they still are denying, as they defunded the police. Is this what we really wanted? Is this what we the people really voted for? I saw an interview today of it was a black man actually, who was a Republican. What the hell did he say? He said a lot of people just vote Democrat and they don't know why. And he even mentioned, says they hate Donald Trump for some reason. I can't figure out why everybody hates that man. He's one of my favorite people in the world, so a lot to be said for someone who gave up their life to serve this country. Hate as much as you want, but he is serving your Constitution to you, as Biden and his friends are denying that Constitution for you. Like Jason Aldean, all he did was tell a story in his song about what happened in the summer of 2020. But it's okay for them to pull these LGBTQ freak festivals while they have somebody rapping about anal sex to children. That's okay. That doesn't get canceled. I've already explained, I saw The Sound of Freedom a couple weeks ago, which is a true story about child trafficking. And it's a true story. He told this about this agent, or whatever he is, Tim Ballard. Jim Caviezel played the part. And Tim Ballard is a true story. And he rescued these kids from child trafficking. Child sex trafficking. I don't know, how old was the girl? Like 11? 11-year-old girl. And he went and rescued them. I don't know where it was, Venezuela or someplace like that. They were kidnapped by cartels. And Colombia, was it? One of those places. Right. Central America somewhere. But what CNN and MSNBC said about that movie, which is a true story, as I just told you, they said it was a movie about a conspiracy theory, and it's all about Q. It mentions nothing about Q. It's funny if they are trying to put this movie down, which they didn't have to comment on the movie at all. If you're not interested in the movie or telling your audience about the movie, and then keep your mouth shut. Don't even tell anything about the movie. So the way I see it, if they get defensive about a movie that's a true story, you think these people might be hiding something? And same thing with January 6th. They keep wanting to blame that on Trump, who asked the people to go down there peacefully, and they did. And Trump even offered the National Guard. Nancy, just in case something went down. And Nancy Pelosi, just an hour before that, I saw on video of her saying she'd like to punch Donald Trump right in the face. Those people incite violence. That's why they divide us. It's pretty sick. In the meantime, in California, I think it was California, a coach was, I don't know what kind of coach it was. It would be a high school coach or whatever. He was fired just for saying that men and women's bodies are different. Of course, first of all, a man has a penis, first of all, and their bodies are different. In the meantime, we have men winning beauty pageants that are supposed to be for women. And women aren't insulted by that. All this trans crap is just an insult to men and women. It's okay, trans if you want to, and I've seen videos of interviews where people have regretted it and trans back. Don't force it on our children. I mean, they're walking around saying, we're here, we're queer, we're here for your children. You know, in the meantime, and then in California, if you don't submit your children to this, they'll take your children away from you, saying it's child abuse. A man in California was denied the right to see his child. He's separated from the wife. Now his wife is out of her freaking mind, okay? She's making the little boy wear a dress at like 3 years old. Making him wear a dress. And he cries about it. And tells out to people around him, I'm a boy, I'm a boy, I'm a boy. Isn't that child abuse? I think that's mentally and physically abusing a child. And she gets to keep the child. And the father's not allowed to see him because he doesn't want his son wearing a dress, and his son doesn't want him to wear a dress either. In the meantime, these losers that are in charge of our country have our soldiers wearing dresses and doing drag shows for each other. Teach them to hate this country, put on your drag freak shows, and forget about fighting for the country. This is sick. As I said before, man, you might not be into the politics, but the politics are into you. And they're starting to affect every aspect of our lives. If you think about it, you're going to turn around one day and you won't have the same rights that you had the day before. You know, and that Leah Thomas, the swimmer who beat everybody, who's a man swimming with women, and he gets the trophy. Men are getting credit for being women, and that should be an insult to women. And now I saw that Leah Thomas has a t-shirt on. It says Antifa Super Soldier. Wow. But Joe Biden is really destroying this country in so many ways, and people aren't really paying attention. And it's going to be America we won't recognize anymore. So I'm going to go for now, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for listening if you did, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks. And share this. Please don't be afraid to share this. This is our freedom of speech. All right, good night, everybody.